guys, my name is Annie and welcome back to my channel, Teens Under Christ. Thank you guys so much for joining back to my channel, and thank you for those who have decided to keep reading chapters 5 and 6. Before we start, I want to give a big thank you to every single person who has helped me out in my past few videos. I am still so surprised that on my first video of Christmas, which was like the Christmas surprise video, I am stunned that I got over 300 views. I am so over the top. I am so thankful. You guys totally outdid yourselves. Thank you so much for all the help, all the support. Thank you guys, because none of this would have ever been possible without your help. Don't forget that if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, because I do amazing videos like this. I do holidays and I do holiday specials. Like on the month of October, I did my October's video, which I went through the whole book of Proverbs that has 31 books, and so does October has 31 days. So I did a whole video through that. You can definitely go check out. It was amazing and I loved it. I dressed up as a different character every day. I've also done my Easter devotional videos. I've also done a school season video, all relating once again to our center, and what keeps this whole channel going is the Bible. Thank you guys so much for all your help and for all your support. Like I said, share this video, give this video a big thumbs up, and subscribe. Let's get reading into chapters 5 and 6. I'm gonna move over like that, you guys can see it. Thank you guys for all your comments also. I've also seen all of your comments. They have all been so beautiful and so supportive. I answer all of the comments in every single one of my videos, and I answer, give them a thumbs up, and give them a heart. So know that all your comments are read. So today, we have already learned about Mary's news and the birth of Jesus, the boy Jesus, and Jesus is tested. If you haven't checked any of those chapters out, go check them out, like that you can understand where we are right now. So today we're going to be going over fishes and wine and preaching and healing. So let's get started. Okay, so the 5th chapter is called Fishes and Wine, and it is based on Luke 5:6 and John 2. So you can go and check out those chapters, but this is kind of like a reference and like an overview of what we see in those 3 chapters, because it's Luke 5:6 and John 2. So, fishes and wine. Jesus returned to Galilee and began to spread the word of God. He taught in 2 synagogues and preached on the hillsides. Very soon, crowds of people began to follow Jesus as he traveled around Galilee. Eventually, he chose 12 of these followers to become his close companions. The first followers of Jesus, known as the disciples, were fishermen from Galilee. However, not everybody liked this new teacher. When he taught that God offers salvation to all people, not just the Jews, the people of Nazareth became very angry and drove him out of town. Because, for those who don't know, one of the big reasons, yes, we knew about God, but a lot of people had a special visions about him, and when Jesus came out and actually said the truth about all of God's plans and things like that, they got very mad, because supposedly it was against their beliefs, but what they were believing all along was wrong, and Jesus came to correct them, but they got mad. That's what's happening. One morning, Peter, one of Jesus' closest disciples, returned from an unsuccessful night fishing on the Sea of Galilee. Jesus got into Peter's boat and told him to lower his net again. Peter told Jesus that he had been out all night and hadn't caught a thing, but he did as Jesus asked and lowered his nets into the water. In no time at all, the nets were filled with so many fish that the netting started to break. Peter called for help from another boat, but as soon as they drew close, its own nets were filled and the boat began to sink. So they had one big problem because like all of the fish, they just started coming and coming, and they're like, okay, we need help, let's call another one. And as soon as like the other boat got close to the area to go and help them, they also started sinking. So the boat that was supposed to help them is now sinking, so now we have two boats sinking. Peter and his companions were so astonished, but Jesus simply said, "Don't be afraid. From now on, you will catch men." So this is, I don't know if you guys have seen this little like Christian symbol. It's kind of like a little symbol of like a little fish. And that's kind of like what the symbolism means. Because the little fish means that we Christians are catchers and we fish for people because we're fishing for human souls to bring to God. So they used to be fishermen and now they're like fishermen, like they actually fish men. And that's like what the symbol of the Christian little fish means. It means that like we are fishers and like we fish for people. That's the symbolism. So if you ever see one of those, it means like it's a Christian place or a household or like family, something along those lines. A lot of people have it in their houses or on their cars. A lot of people like have it a little sticker on their cars, on their phones, things like that. 2 days later, Jesus was invited to a wedding in Cana in Galilee. Jesus' mother Mary was there, as well as some of his disciples. Before the celebration were over, the wine ran out. Mary turned to Jesus' help, instructed the servants to fill 6 huge stone jars with water. I don't know if you guys can see them clearly, but you can see that like one of the servants in the very back has like a full jar of like a stone jar, and that's what he meant by the stone jars. Then asked the servants to draw some of the water and take it to the masters of the wedding's banquet. Jesus had turned the water into wine, and the masters drank it, not knowing where it had come from. The masters of the banquet were pleased and complimented the bridegroom for saving the best wine until last. Jesus had performed the first of many miracles. So here it's saying like that we just saw 2 like really big miracles. Some of the like very first miracles of Jesus, which was they had no fishing. Peter and like his people had no fishing, and they had fished all night and they had caught nothing. But then Jesus came along and said, "Hey, do this." And then as soon as they did what Jesus told them, they started catching abundance of fish. And I think that is also really symbolical meaning to us. Sometimes in life we go towards things that we like know, but we don't get anything like good out of it. But then when we follow Jesus's path and when we follow Jesus's directions, everything we do at the end has like purpose. We end up like receiving when we do the things that Jesus asked us to and the directions. And then in the other one, we saw that Jesus, he was at a wedding and they ran out of wine. And so he told the servants fill 6 jars with water. He did that. And so the next chapter, we're in chapter 6, called Preaching and Healing. And it is based on Luke 6 and 11 and Matthew 5 through 8. So that's 5, 6, 7, and 8. Preaching and healing. Jesus spread the good news throughout Galilee that God's kingdom would arrive among the people. When he wasn't preaching in the synagogues, Jesus spent time teaching his disciples. News of the great teacher traveled fast, and people came from far and wide to listen to him. Many of them were seeking cures from terrible diseases. Jesus healed those with faith and passed on his special message about God. So when people came to God and they're like, we need help, we're like injured, Jesus like made sure they believed in God and they told them about God. And then so that was like his way of catching like people. He like did miracles and he did it through God's word, not to get fame for himself, but to get fame for God. That's kind of what he was doing. One day, Jesus saw the crowds gathering to hear him. He went up to the mountainside, sat down with his disciples around him, and began to teach God's will to the people. Jesus began his lessons by saying, "Blessed are the people in the spirit, for theirs are the kingdom of heaven." He told his disciples that those who put God's will before all else will be rewarded in heaven. This lesson became known as the Sermon of the Mount. That is a beautiful sermon. Like even the first words, like blessed are the poor poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Jesus told his disciples, that means that we are also his disciples because we follow Jesus. Says, "You are the light of the world." Their good behavior and kind deeds would be shining example for others to follow. They would learn to love their enemy and forgive. The disciples' job would be to show people the true meaning of God's law. Jesus said that they should be humble in their thoughts and actions. They should not seek glory for their good deeds, nor should they be motivated by greed. Only those who applied Jesus' teachings to their daily lives will enter the kingdom of heaven. Jesus came down from the mountain, followed by crowds of people. A leper approached the group and asked Jesus to heal him. Moved by the leper's plight, Jesus put his hand and touched the sick man. Immediately he was healed. Jesus preached and traveled around the village of Capernaum for many days. One day, while in the village, a centurion rushed up to Jesus to tell him that his servant was seriously ill. Jesus offered to go and see the sick man, but the centurion refused, saying, "Lord, you must know that I am not worthy of having you in my house." The centurion was not a Jew and believed that Jesus would not be able to enter his house because of this. The centurion continued, "However, I must use to give orders and seek them carried out. If you just say the word, I know my servant will be cured." Jesus, astonished at the centurion's strong faith, told him to go back to this house because he believed in Jesus. His servant had been healed. So what happened here is that Jesus in the mount, and while he was coming out of the mountain, he saw the sick man and healed him. And then when Jesus was in the city, this like officer, I don't know if you can see him like well in the picture, but like you can see he's like an officer. He said one of his servants was seriously ill. And then he's like, "Okay, go tell me where he is because I want to go and see him." And then he said, "I'm not worthy of having you in my house because I'm not a Jew and I'm not of that religion." But even though said he was not of that religion, he believed in God because he believed in Jesus. And this is proof that saying us that like a religion is just a name. You can say I'm a Christian, but that doesn't make you go to heaven. That's not what makes you worthy. It's your actions. Like it's saying that even this man was not of the religion, and even he had so much faith in God. And the purpose for a religion, or like a name of the religion, is to be able to congregate and get together with people who have the same beliefs as you. For example, Christianity. And like a way to represent yourself to the world as of a Christian religion. But this is telling us that like he was not a Jew, but he believes so strongly in Jesus that he said, I believe in you, that I know you could just say the words from here and my servant will be cured immediately. And as soon as Jesus noticed how passionate he was for this, he said, go to your house, your servant has been cured. And I think that is so beautiful, because it tells us that a name of Christianity is a name of a group of people. We are Christians, but that doesn't make us believers, and believers doesn't mean we have to be a name of a religion. That's just the name of the people that believe in the same things as you. But if you believe strongly in God, that's all you need. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for coming along with me through this journey, and thank you guys for stopping once again for another video. Thank you guys for all your support and help, and I hope to see you guys next week, or not next week, in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your bell notifications, like that you're gonna get notified every time I post or schedule a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have an awesome day. Bye bye.